Hey guys, so as I promised in my National Ceiling Fan Day video, I will be doing individual videos of some of the fans I haven't shown off yet, other than that one video. And I figured I'd start off strong with this beautiful fan, a Casablanca Delta. I believe these are 50 inches in length. This one I picked up used, but it's almost brand new because the last owners took really good care of it. The guy said that his wife didn't care for it anymore, and they just wanted something different. So yeah, pretty typical story. I just got it at a really cheap price. I don't know if that canopy is original, but I like how the brass canopy looks with the mostly white fan. This one is dated February 20th of 1997, so it's a little newer than my other Delta, the Delta 2, which is from, I think I said 1986? Yeah. So yeah, this will be a two-part series too. I'll be demonstrating the fan first on the wall control here. I think it's a W4. And then I'll be doing it off the pull chain. I'm just doing separate videos because I don't know if anyone wants to sit through a 15+ minute video with this fan. So let's get started, shall we? Here's low on the control. I'm very bad with Casablanca code numbers with their controls. I don't know them well enough. I think it's W4, but correct me if I'm wrong, please. So it's pretty typical Casablanca. It doesn't seem to have been used very often. I think he said it came out of their bedroom or something like that. At one point, I have to wonder if he tried fitting a light kit to it, because I got a perfectly scratched ring around the switch cap there. I guess maybe it didn't work out like he thought it would, or who knows. But other than that, the fan is immaculate. Typical Casablanca. Runs dead silent, and I can already feel a good amount of air moving from it. It's a pretty good low speed on the wall control. All right, let's kick it up a notch, shall we? Here's medium. And I got the control with the fan, too. I got practically everything. And I paid next to nothing for this fan, too. It was incredibly cheap. It was on my marketplace for almost a year now. And honestly, I just kept turning it down because I'm like, I already got a Delta. I don't need a second one. And then after finally months of looking at it, I'm like, you know what? What's the harm? And I'm glad I did, because this one's in better shape than my other one. That one, the bearings are pretty rough. Flywheel on the fan is also great. Like I said, I think this probably just sat unused for several years. What throws me off is the fact it's from 1997. I always knew these as 80s fans. I didn't think these were made that late into the 90s. Because I think one of my Panamas is actually older than this. Of course, the Panama is probably older than I think, too. Like I said, I'm not an expert with Casablancas. These are pretty rare fans in my area. The fact I see any is pretty incredible. But the only ones I've seen are Deltas, and then its little sister, the Lady Delta. All right, we'll go to medium-high. I'm hearing a hint of wind noise, and that's it. It's really amazing just how quiet these things are. So this would be high speed for most normal 52-inch fans, like anything from like Home Depot or Lowe's these days. Definitely moves the same, if not a little more air than those would at this speed. Yeah, the control is in great shape. It has a very good wide selection of speeds on this thing. I'm pretty happy with it. Honestly, if it wasn't for the fact it was this big, this would totally be a bedroom fan for me. But my problem is, like I had with my Delta 2 that I hung in my room, it's just too small, and it suffered from airlock on high speed, so it was practically useless. So I couldn't ever use that Casa at its full at its full strength. So if it's a Casablanca, it has to be smaller than a Delta, unfortunately. And let's kick it up to high speed. Oh, and I forgot to mention, that was medium high. That's how Casa labels their controls. Yeah, obviously the breeze is incredible from this fan. It's almost in perfect balance too. I'm really impressed for a fan that sat for so long, just how good a shape it's in. It's really amazing. Yeah, oh, there's nothing that beats a breeze from one of these things. Although I did notice, a lot of the Casas I have, you'll hear a slight cracking from the blades when it's on high speed as it settles in. I don't know why I noticed that only with these, but maybe it's just from the sheer speed and power of the motor. Yeah, it's an awesome fan. If I had the power to do it, this would be in my living room. This is just that good. But as I mentioned before, when it comes to interior design, my mother has the final say on that one. And I will respect her choices for that. And on that note, here's Spin Down. Like many of my fans, this is one of those fans I didn't know about till I started collecting. As I said earlier, Casas are really hard to find in my area, so I really don't see many Deltas out here at all. I found my antique brass one at the Habitat Restore near me. That was pretty awesome. It was a pure accident, too, because neither me nor my friend Weefire actually saw that on the display. We went at the same time, and he's looking at something on the bottom shelf. I forget what it was. I happened to glance up and found that Casa. Yeah, that was a good day that day. Yeah, technically I have 2 restores within 40 minutes and an hour from me. The one an hour from me, I almost always leave with something collectible. I've brought home many fans from that one. The other one that's 40 minutes from me, I got lucky with that Casa. I'd say 6 out of 10 times they don't have anything interesting. But when they do, it's usually worth getting because their prices, they always keep their fans, like, unless it's like something brand new, like something I just recently picked up that I'll show off later. They always cap it at like $35, almost regardless of what the fan is. So you could either pay $35 for, say, a Casablanca Delta 2 in antique brass, or a Hampton Bay Littleton. They've been better about those, though. They dropped those down to like $15, $10. But yeah. I always thought it was kind of funny, and having that price cap is always pretty cool because I know where I can go to get a good deal on a fan like this. Obviously, this was Marketplace. This was cheaper than $35. It was only $20. Spin down is, of course, long on these things. The bearings are fantastic, and the blades are a little heftier than your typical fan. Yeah, I knew if I replaced the Hunter original, it had to be something that was close to it in power. And I'd say the Delta is almost as good as an original. A lot less maintenance, that's for sure. Well, I say that. Those rubber flywheels are famous for sagging over time from the fans that are used frequently. And there it is, stopped finally. Huh, almost stopped in the same position I started in. That's kind of funny. And here's 0 to high. Interesting little hesitation there. Must have just been the control. Yeah. If it wasn't for the fact it was in this corner, this would be moving some serious air, but I can definitely feel gusts of wind because it is a little stifled over here. But yeah, there you have it. The Casablanca Delta 1. Thank you guys for watching and have a great day.